Hello everyone, welcome back to Kirklees Guitar School. So today we're going to have a look at the intro for Dust in the Wind by Kansas. It's an absolute finger-picking classic and I've really enjoyed learning how to play it this week. Now, just want to caveat this with this bolts onto module 2 of my finger-picking course. I'll put some links in the description and I'll put a card up if as and when that's available. If you're struggling with this and you want some exercises that are going to help you get to the end result with this, do check out that video. It's got a free PDF and everything that goes with it. It's well worth your time. Speaking of free PDFs, there's a free PDF that accompanies this lesson. You can either head to the first link in the description and join our Facebook group. Join the Facebook group, head to the Files tab. You can download every PDF that I've got on YouTube completely for free, don't want anything from you. If Facebook's not your thing, you can join our mailing list in the second link in the description and you'll get an email every week with the PDFs attached to it straight into your inbox, no messing about. Either one of those options is how you can get the music from me. I would take your time with this one, a little bit at a time. I opted to do just the kind of the intro because that's the bit that everybody wants to learn how to play, but also I'd much rather you focus on that sort of 12 to 16 bars of music rather than trying to do the whole thing straight away. If you would like me to do a follow-up on this lesson, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Right then, so it's all based around this kind of pattern. Now we are going to break it down in the next couple of slides. It's not too. It's kind of a lot of the same thing. The only thing that really moves is the notes on the B string. We've got the sort of. Sorry. You see how I've got the thumb moving, and the only two chords that we're going to be playing today are the A minor and the C chords. Let's break down that first bar because really the more time you spend here the easier the rest of this is going to come to you. So we've got a C chord on the top and it says you see lots of P's and M's and I's and M's, and check out the finger picking modules or the full course as it's going on because it's going to sort of break all this up. But basically it's a classical guitar technique where it's what we call PIMA. So whenever I want you to use your thumb, it's going to be a P. Whenever I want you to use your index, it's the I. Middle finger's the M, and then A is your ring finger, but we haven't actually got any of that today, so we're just using these 3 digits to start with. What I'd like us to do is fret a C chord and don't deviate from that for the first bar. I'll tell you when to sort of break out of that shape. With the thumb and the middle finger, I'd like you to strike the A and the B strings at the same time for me. Then with the thumb, we're going to pick the D string immediately after it. Index finger's going to pick the G, and then we're going to go back up and play the 3rd fret with the thumb on the A string. Now, just practice those first 4 notes for me to start with. So, those 2 last for a whole beat. Everything else in the bar lasts for half a beat apiece. So this one's twice as long as all the others. That's the first 4 notes. If you're okay with that, we're then going to use the middle finger to catch that B string, 1st fret. Thumb's going to go back to the D string like it's done, and then index on the G. Pause the video and really make sure you got that down because the rest of this you're gonna rattle through the rest of it really quickly if you get this first. And just to be clear, you're only doing this for 1 bar and then it changes. Don't just sit and go round and round and round it because you might build up some bad habits. If we're confident to move on, the second bar, everything's the same, picking pattern and absolutely everything. The only thing that changes is, I've got this C chord, I'm going to take the 1st finger off the B string, which on its own doesn't sound great. But if I go, sorry, that's the sound, isn't it? Spend a bit of time. The only thing that changes, you're essentially doing the same thing that we've just been practicing twice, but the only thing that changes in that second bar, take the index finger and remove it. Pause the video and get that under your fingers. if you're feeling super duper brave, first and the second bar is what we've previously looked at. The third bar, instead of removing the note, we're gonna, with this pinky, we're gonna put the 3rd fret of the B string. Pattern's exactly the same. You can see a theme here, folks, can't you? And then for the 4th bar, we revert back to the regular C chord. So for the first bar, you've got C as the top note. Second bar, you've got B as the top note. Third bar, you've got D as the top note, and then back to C. Spend a bit of time here. Make sure you get the PDF. It's really going to help you. Now, we're essentially, from this point forward, we do 4 bars on C, 4 bars on A minor, 4 bars on C, and 4 bars on A minor again. I'm pretty sure that's it anyway. It's 16 bar phrase. It's not the same every time. The thing I'm keeping my eye on when I'm sight reading this is that B string. Everything else is exactly the same, but we're gonna play the A minor for 4 bars now, and then we'll revert back to the C, and it's not exactly the same. It starts on the 3rd fret. It starts with that D note on the top. You'll see what I mean. Let's get this A minor out of the way. So A minor, but we're gonna start by not having that C note in. Same picking pattern. Well, then pinky's going to go to the 3rd fret, 1st fret, open. So this is quite unconventional that it doesn't start with sort of a traditional A minor. It's got the open B string. Now keep your eye out for this, because that's what's carrying the melody of this tune. You see how we go from C quick slide change. Remember, no index finger. 3rd fret, 1st fret, open. Make sure you got the PDF for this, guys, because I can't actually cram it all on. Now this is what I mean. We're going back to the C, and you'd expect it to start with the 1st fret and on the B string, and it doesn't. It starts with the 3rd, 1st, open, 3rd. But can you see how the only thing that's changing is that top note? Everything else is exactly the same, as is the 4th slide. But this time we start A minor, quote unquote, properly. Now the only thing that's different here is there's like an extra note on the end of that bar where you're going to play the 2nd fret of the A and the 3rd fret of the B, and it sort of creates this sort of step up. It's like Blackbird. It's that kind of thing that sort of steps up. So let's just recap all that. We'll then go to the A minor. Back to C, but remember we've got that D note on the top. 1st fret, open, 3rd, and then we go back to the A minor for the final time, but we're starting it properly. 3rd fret, 1st. Print off the PDF. This stuff's like, once you get that first pattern, that took half of this video, getting the first pattern, and then it's just literally sight reading it. Yeah? There's nothing, I've no superpower with that. I've just done this a lot, and you hear how it's really kind of like automatic. It's really mechanical. I use that word a lot in fingerpicking, and it's really, really important that you just, once you got that pattern, you'll never forget. It's like riding a bike. You'll never forget how to do it. So spend your time on that first bar. Make sure you get the PDF and work it all out. I'd love to see some clips of some of you trying this in the Facebook group. Please do have a go. Now, there's a few more fingerpicking ones coming up that are tying into the modules, but if you've got some ideas for fingerpicking lessons that you'd like me to do after this course is finished, let me know in the comments. I'll see you next week for another acoustic guitar lesson. Thank you so much.